What's going on, boys?
Today we're talking about fighting again. Size versus skill. You know how we do it on this channel. Appreciate all the love and support on yesterday's Bradley Martin video. You can go and watch that here. Everyone's debating in the comments whether Bradley was punching Sneeko with full force or not. And then I've kind of got myself in a bit of a predicament because I'm talking about how I'd batter Bradley Martin in a fight, but I can barely walk up the stairs at the moment without getting out of breath. So, in all honesty, boys, at this moment, I don't think I could. Bradley would get me with those underwater punches. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about these two dudes. We got an absolute jacked gorilla on the left, and we got a nice, slender-looking sloth character on the right. I didn't mean that offensively, by the way, but this guy on the left is called Antoine Vaillant. I followed him for years. He's a bodybuilder. He's one of these bodybuilders who had a great physique, really good aesthetics during an era where everyone was all about the mass and everyone had big bubble guts. And also he's been facing some health concerns lately. I think he's had some heart problems and he's still on the gear and still smashing the bodybuilding. So, I mean, you know, God help him. I hope nothing happens to him, but Antoine, if you're watching this video, just go natural, brother. Get off the gear, get into some martial arts. It's a lot more fulfilling. You'll still have a fantastic physique and you'll be quite strong because you're already quite athletic. For those that don't know, Antoine does a lot of tricking and flipping, so he's really good at gymnastics type stuff. Antoine is who Bradley Martin thinks he is. He's actually athletic. Anyway, you know I'm joking. But anyway, so Antoine is a bodybuilder, and on the right we've got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. And they're going to have a roll. And really for this video, we just want to commentate on what happens. I haven't seen it yet. Also, should I get a Reddit, boys? So then if you guys come across any interesting content you want me to react to, then you can post it there in the Reddit. Who do you reckon? Comment down below before we dive into it. Do you think Antoine is going to win with the size and the foundation of good athleticism? Or do you think the leaner lad is going to be able to win based on skill and experience?
So we'll see if muscle can transfer on the mat versus somebody who spends his all day rolling and...
Holy shit. So you started BJJ before me?
Yes.
Yeah.
In high school, he gave me those tapes from UFC, VHS, UFC 1, 2, all these tapes. So I would watch that, and even the ones with Mark Kerr with the headbutts, I would stay at the school, and I would roll with him and another adult. Yeah. And I was like, I would have 40 minutes matches. I'm just going to try to like hold my own, just not die.
Okay, so he's got a little bit of experience then. He used to watch the old UFC tapes and try and emulate some of that. Antoine's a cool guy as well, so there's going to be no negativity in this video.
And then your goal is to just keep me there. So I'm going to be like, shit.
Oh, it's really hard.
I know.
I'm already exhausted.
Okay, then we switch roles.
It works these muscles so much.
Yeah, tired already. You got to remember as well, bodybuilding, it's all dynamic movements. Do a set of 10 reps or 15 reps. How long does that last? Maybe 40 seconds. But when you're doing BJJ, there's a lot of isometric holds. There's a lot of eccentric lengthening of the muscles. So when the muscles are lengthening under tension, there's a lot of twist and turning, unconventional movements. So bodybuilding doesn't translate over in terms of strength-wise as much to BJJ as you think it does. It does in terms of total body mass, and you can kind of muscle your way through movements, but you do fatigue very fast. As you can see here by Antoine, he done, what was that, like 30 seconds or something, and he's already feeling it. But that's to be expected.
Holy shit.
So we switch roles, now you stand up. I'm just going to be here.
So what do I do here?
I'm just trying to keep the inside face.
I mean, look at his legs.
Step out, and yeah, and keep your shin in the air. So that you have...
His quads are crazy.
And it's funny, like the top position is actually exhausting here.
I know. Yeah. You're more on the offensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a little bit of a practice round. Now they're going to do a full grapple, I assume. By the way, can we just appreciate the hamstrings on Antoine? Look at them. They're like literal leg biceps. Crazy, man. Okay, wrist control. I assume getting them down will be the hard part. Okay, so he somewhat pulled guard. There you go, that was pretty easy.
Let's see what I can do here.
Okay, he's in full mount. Yeah. You go for the arm bar there.
I'm kind of stuck too.
So similar to the way we seen Brian Shaw and Dustin Poirier grapple the other day, you see in there when he said, I'm kind of stuck too. Antoine is just using pure strength to bear hug him, which is good. He won't be able to do anything, but that isometric strength is only going to last for a certain amount of time before he gasses out. And then the problem with that is once he lets go, his arms are going to be fatigued, so he's not going to be able to defend against oncoming attacks. He's not going to be able to latch up any chokes himself because he won't have any strength left in his arms. And a funny side note, I actually got into lifting because when I was doing martial arts, the other people who were brown belts with me were all older fellas. So I was like 18, 19 years old, and I'm training with 30, 35, 40-year-old fellas, fully grown, muscled up. And I remember training with this lad called Paul, and I was in this position on full mount, and he had hold of me like this. And I knew how to get submissions, I knew how to get chokes, knew how to get arm bars, but I just couldn't do anything against him because he was just too strong for me, because he was a fully grown fella and he was in pretty decent shape. And that was one of the first times that I realised how much a strength difference plays when it comes to grappling. And it was actually that moment that got me into lifting. I thought to myself, right, okay, well, maybe if I get a little bit stronger myself, get a little bit more muscle, when I'm grappling these bigger fellas, I'll be able to hold my own a little bit better. So it was actually this position right here which led me to getting into lifting, becoming a personal trainer, becoming a gym owner, and probably even having this channel. Just a little bit of reminiscing there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I also seen a few people say on the last few videos that, oh, Brian Shaw's not going full force, Bradley Martin's not going full force. Maybe some people might say, yeah, he's not going full force. If he did, he would rip this lad apart. Yes, but if they went full force, he would gas out a lot quicker. The question is, during that time window of them going full force, would they be able to deal enough damage and be able to end the fight before they gas out?
We'll get a second.
Push it away. That's all right. You got back right away. Got right back.
I know that feeling.
My cheat code to life, because most games you're trying to kill your friends. You're trying to hit them with swords, shoot grenades, machine gun them. Very stimulating. It's complex. You're competing, going to war, but none of you are actually dying. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
But the side effect, if you're doing video games, is you become fat. You know, you're not being very active. And your skills don't really translate to real life. They're not embodied.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, you get the side effects of playing your game is more cardio, more endurance, less fat, stronger muscles. The side effects are amazing and they're transferable. So it's like, it's perfect.
Oh, absolutely preach there, mate. I love that. What an absolute little monologue from that lad. The skills that you're getting in martial arts, in this case BJJ, are actually transferable to real life. You're going to be able to defend yourself better. You're going to be in better shape. You're going to live longer, have better longevity. You're going to be able to look after and protect your family more. Let's clap it up for the lad. Fantastic. Look at Antoine there. He's struggling.
Because obviously I'm bigger than him. But just, how much you weigh?
168 maybe?
So 168. It's like a 168 dumbbell just on you, just pushing. It's like with the way harder than it looks like. Because the hand is there. I can't push him there.
Yeah.
There may be something here. But if I push hard here and I fail, I just wasted stamina.
Okay, so the kid's 168. How much do you reckon Antoine is? Maybe about like 240, maybe 260. Him and Bradley could have a fight, make it a fair exchange then. But I actually think if him and Bradley would have a fight, Bradley would probably beat him. Although Antoine is really athletic, I'd like to see him throw a few punches, to be fair. But yeah, it's still maybe 100 pounds weight difference, maybe a little bit less, maybe like 80 pounds weight difference. It's still significant. Cardio is a weapon when you are lighter.
Yeah, I know.
In real time, you're like, oh, what if I push that? Oh, shit.
Exactly. So I was trying to see which pathway I could take. He saw like a chest layer. He will see if he does this, I'll do this.
Yeah.
Then he knows like further away in the game what's gonna happen. I was stuck right here.
For any of my BJJ athletes out there, you know what it's like when you're just getting started in the grappling game and you're rolling with someone who's vastly more experienced than you. Nothing seems to happen super fast, but inch by inch, they'll move you into position and you're like, damn, he's getting me, but you can't do anything about it. I still remember that first feeling. That's why I'm laughing. I was going up against the coach who I must have had about 40 or 50 pounds on him. So I could wrestle quite good and I could use my weight to my advantage, but he was still that good with the technique. Inch by inch, he was moving me my arm and he was setting me up for a Kimura, but there was nothing I could do in that moment because it was just small, slight movements and I was locked up, and all the strength in the world I had didn't actually help me in that case. So if I had my coach's technique at that time, with the strength and mass that I had at that time, I would have been an absolute force to be reckoned with. That's why I'm always saying, boys, make sure that you're doing your martial arts, but make sure you prioritize your lifting and improving your physicality as well. Don't listen to people where they say it slows you down. It'll only slow you down if you become a big juice bomb before you learn how to punch. But you're not going to get slow from lifting weights while simultaneously doing martial arts. They'll complement each other. I'm actually putting together a fully comprehensive program for this to help improve your physicality without being a detriment to your martial arts performance. So you're more explosive, so you've got that speed, so you've got the athleticism without compromising your endurance and stamina.
It's almost a different game because my paths aren't there. Because I can't just decide to move your arm. You know, I have to be very, I got to become a trickster. I have to, not on the tricking days, but like, I have to
do this,
feint this,
hoping I can do that.
Yeah, I can't push his arm, so maybe I'll figure something that he moves his own arm and then I'll capitalize on it. Let's just show that. So when you pushed me, I had the choice of, you just pushed me off, and then you tried to roll. You could either roll to your knees here, like that, boom, and then I could attack the back this way. So what did I do? I believe that you pushed and you ran away the other side.
Yeah, so I pushed.
Yeah, you pushed, and
then I was like,
came back. I get it together.
Yeah.
There's limited things you can do. In jiu-jitsu, you want to keep facing the opponent.
Yeah, I thought push him far enough so I could turn away, but then come back.
Yeah, exactly.
But then
turn away.
Yeah, so he should have kept the pressure on there. He trying to roll away, like get me away from this.
Way too slow.
Okay, let's watch again. Let's see if Antoine has learned anything. Imagine if he knew how to wrestle. Nice little headlock. Okay.
The leg there.
So Antoine's not going to be able to finish the lad from this position because the lad is on the other side of Antoine's body. So if his legs were over on this side, it would create a lot more pressure on the neck and he wouldn't be able to breathe and it'd probably cut off the artery. But because he's behind Antoine's body, it's not really that bad. The only thing is Antoine strong enough to actually just crush his skull and make him tap that way? Because that is a possibility.
That's an arm.
But it doesn't look like it's in properly. You can see Antoine's already tired and his forearm's a little bit high on his head, so he'll probably just be able to slip out of it. They're probably a little bit sweaty now as well.
I think I'm done with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
A good attempt by Antoine, though.
Oh, no. What I wanted to be.
Look, see the way. Look at his hand. Do you see the way the kid's like doing this, like small inch by inch to move Antoine's arm up? He's using the floor, the friction along the floor, to basically counteract Antoine's strength of pulling his arm down. This is something you see people do with chokes, especially when you're in a gi. Is if they can't get the hand under the neck, they actually use the gi or the t-shirt to pull the hand into position and to be able to latch up the choke. See, little tiny movements like that.
Plan that too. Yeah, she did. Okay.
Nice.
Headlock escapes.
Yeah, I was like.
Headlock escapes.
Thing is, I didn't
did
go.
Not exist here for me.
Oh really?
That was such a good.
Oh, but I didn't do it full force either. Because if I did, it didn't
I
work.
think you could have exploded my spine.
If I would have lost, like I said, all my strength, even now this whole day, someone was like, this doesn't work.
So, once again, if he would have went full force, he would have lasted even shorter. Look how quick he gassed out from maybe going, what was he, maybe going about like 60% there. And he still gassed out after 20, 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds of grappling.
Less wrestling, a bit less cardio.
Okay, round 3. That's it, give him the advantageous position. So he's in half guard now, Antoine. That's it, push the knee down. See, he's got an idea of what he's trying to do. Oh, nice reversal. I'm laughing because I know the pain when I was like 15 stone, proper like, I was actually quite big at one point, and I went to MMA. It was my first MMA class. It killed me, and you've still got like 2 minutes left in the round. Yeah.
Submitted by cardio.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, round 3 now. Okay. Okay, Antoine's got on the single leg. Oh, nice little takedown. He done good as well, keeping his hips away from the lad. So he knows what he's doing. I think it's just the cardio that's a problem for him. Good reverse. Oh, nice, nice. Double reversal. He just hasn't got the cardio to capitalise on it.
My entire weight.
Okay. Yeah. He's got the mount. Okay, he's going the armbar. Going the armbar or triangle? Yeah, he's going to... Keep the arm close to your body. Don't let him get deep on the arm. He's on it. Is he deep enough? Yeah, deep on the elbow. Yeah, he got it. Nice.
So, even though his cardio was giving up, instead of just tapping to cardio, which you won't learn that much from, you keep going even if you're dead tired, and the armbar was there. He at least learned how people position themselves, what it's like to be in an armbar, instead of just tapping to being out of breath.
Yeah.
So perfect. Good student.
Good lads as well. Really good. Good coach. Very humble. Trying to actually teach Antoine. Antoine's very open. I love this type of stuff. It's just really good content.
The lesson is, muscles look good, but in jiu-jitsu, they're not very useful.
They are, if you know jiu-jitsu though. Maybe being 260 pure muscle, you know, it is a bit of a detriment. Now imagine if Antoine was a downsized 220 and he knew jiu-jitsu, bit of wrestling, bit of Muay Thai or kickboxing. He'd be an absolute force of nature. He'd have a good amount of mass from downsizing. He's got the baseline foundational strength there from 20 years of lifting. He used to do all the tricking and flips, and then you layer on top of that the actual skill of being able to fight. He'd be incredible. That's why I say, Antoine, if you're watching this, on this channel we talk a lot about fitness, martial arts, steroids, health, longevity, life lessons in general. And I just think unless you're going to reach the top echelon, like the top tier of the bodybuilding world, it's just not worth sacrificing your longevity, especially when you said that you're going through certain health problems. I think personally, kind of like Cali muscle, why don't you just downsize a little bit? I know obviously it's your life. You can do with it what you want. I'm just trying to help a little bit. Downsize, get into martial arts. I think you'd actually be really good at it and document the whole journey on your YouTube channel. Something I like to see, but just a suggestion anyway. What do you guys think of this? Who is the biggest person you've ever had to wrestle with or to roll, whether it's in a BJJ setting, wrestling setting, or just on a drunk night out back in someone's living room? I've done all three myself. How did that experience go for you? Make sure you subscribe for daily fitness, fighting, and internet commentary content. Like the video, appreciate all your support, and I'll see you tomorrow.